haven't made a video here in a little bit, so I wanted to just have a real talk with you guys here in the forest. And the topic that's been coming up for me is fear, and how much fear we as human beings hold in our body, and the dissembling of fear to allow us to further remember the love that is innately programmed within us to live and be. I just want to tell you guys a little story time. I was here yesterday, and I come to the forest every day, but I've been doing like meditations in the forest to ground me, and I had a beautiful meditation yesterday in the forest, but I had something occur. I came like almost face to face with a coyote, and it was interesting now being outside of that experience to actually sense my survival mechanisms come online. I've never had an encounter with an animal like that before, and I mean, actually I looked it up, after I had that experience, but they're not necessarily too dangerous to human beings. But it was just interesting for me to be aware of how quickly my fear came online, which is a normal thing that is programmed into us human beings to make us move. But you see, a lot of the times fear doesn't make us move as human beings. It makes us stay stagnant in our life, and it allows fear to consume us. And it's interesting because I had a moment of pause where I didn't know what to do, because I didn't know if you were supposed to run from coyotes, or I had no idea. So it kind of came like back and forth, and was running back and forth. And I stood up, and I think I scared it away, and it ran back in the direction that was behind me. And it's interesting. It's so interesting because I came to this forest, and this forest has always been a portal for me, a vortex. I've really connected myself onto this land in particular. And it was interesting because today was the first time I came here and I felt fear. And I know that fear is not me. That fear was a guidance mechanism that is a beautiful thing for human beings, and that has always been in us, the survival instincts. And I sit here today and I'm disengaging that fear from my body, because the body remembers fear. It's almost like the body remembers fear more than love. And love is the thing that will protect us against everything. And I believe that's what protected me yesterday, was my energetic frequency that was almost a protective orb around me. And it's really interesting, because then I go back in time into my life where I held fear, and now I'm questioning, am I still holding fear to particular things that maybe I haven't been able to go back in time and see that right here, like I'm doing now, it's not a time right now. There's no coyotes around. There could be, but is it in my here and now moment? No. So why am I experiencing fear if it's not in my here and now? Me coming face to face with that coyote, it made sense. I was fearful in that moment, but this is a new moment. So I choose not to hold fear in the exact same spot I saw the coyote. I'm not going to choose the fear. I'm going to choose the love. And you guys may say I'm arrogant, whatever. I'm cautious. Now I have a higher sense of awareness in the forest, that, I share this forest with other animals, and I do need to, be aware of that. But I'm also not going to allow that experience to disengage me from my own heart-centered way of living, especially in the forest, because I am one with the forest, and I have a connection to this forest. And same did that coyote. That coyote had a connection to the forest, and I also have a connection to that coyote. A lot of people are so scared of our human nature because we haven't been in touch with it for so long. that moment I experienced yesterday was the most human experience I think I've ever experienced in my life. Like true fight or flight. That, I've definitely experienced that through trauma. Like as we do in childhood, our body still reacts the same to the fear, but that was like a human shit. That was like our ancestors went through almost every day. And then we complain about the fear because, fear that doesn't really make sense. I think that we've made fear into a common way of living because a lot of people actually profit off of our fear and our lower vibrations. That's why, mental health is on the rise more than ever. Do you know why it's on the rise? Because they make money off of your mental health through the big pharma, through alcohol, through drugs. It's insane. And, for me, I see past it. And another thing I just want to touch on is enlightenment. And enlightenment is you being in the light where you are meant to be. Enlightenment. You are meant to be in the light. We need to experience the duality here on planet Earth because this is a free will planet. You have free will. Duality only exists because there is free will. Have you ever thought about that? You have free will to experience duality in the choice you choose to make it. I could make this experience here in the forest fear-based. I won't come here again. I bet a lot of people wouldn't come to the forest they saw, a coyote. Maybe they would. But it's choice. Everything is choice. Everything is choice. Another thing I want to touch on, y'all, is being alone. A lot of people can't be alone in today's day and age. It's almost impossible. Like, I'm talking about seriously just by yourself without any outer stimuli stimulating your brain. We have an addiction to stimulation from media. Not stimulation from just sitting on a tree log and looking up at the trees and being soul stimulated. No, we're not soul stimulated these days. We're actually the complete opposite of soul stimulated. We're soul drained because our soul isn't being fed with the things it needs to be fed. And what is that? That is love. That is compassion. That is nature. That is remembrance of your own innate worth as being a human being. Wake up to that today. How can you say you're alone when you have the cosmos inside of you? We aren't taught that though. We need to awaken to this. I'm not alone. I've been alone for 4 months, y'all. Seriously, alone for 4 months. And I think it's so beautiful. We make being alone a wrong thing these days. When you can get in touch with your higher self, your creator, the connection that you need to thrive in this world right now, it is one with your soul. That is the most important relationship you will ever foster here on earth. Because once you commit to that relationship, everything else will make sense in your life. You will be able to heal in rapid speeds. You will be able to forgive. You will be able to hold compassion in your heart for people who have not awoke yet. And that is okay because that is on purpose. It is on purpose. And the other thing too is we're so fearful of what other people think of us. Since starting this YouTube channel, especially these days, I've been getting people think whatever they want to think about me. And I come back to this all the time. If you are staying true to your soul integrity, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. You cannot get it wrong if you're in tune with your soul and you're following your soul's guidance. For the soul's guidance is the higher aspect of you that already knows your path to take. And that's not to say that we're not going to feel emotions ever again. We will. We will. But it's being aware when we are in the emotional states and not allowing the emotional states to become who we are. I know who I am. I know there's a higher aspect of me always guiding me here, always guiding me. And you may say, Maya, well, then it guided you to go meet that coyote yesterday. Probably did. Probably did, because I got a lesson out of it. No matter what is in your life right now, you guys make a lesson out of it. Learn something. We're on planet Earth to learn more of who God is, because we are God, and God has multiple facets of what God is. You are a facet, I am a facet. We are multidimensional, and we are becoming more multidimensional as we raise our frequency here on planet Earth. I really do suggest get out in nature more. Disconnect from social media. Yeah, you're not alone. Touch into your heart. When you touch into your heart, you can feel everything for what it is. You will see that fear is not you. Fear is a beautiful mechanism gifted to us, but we misuse it because we identify to it. It is just a guiding force in our life for specific things that maybe we should be fearful of. The coyote, for example. But anyways, you guys, I wanted to come on here because I like doing videos in the forest from time to time. And I really do appreciate you guys. And I know this human experience right now is moving at rapid speeds. And we are all going through our own process, every single human being. So please remember to hold more compassion to yourself and to the people around you. We are in the age of awakening into New Earth. It's going to come with a lot of needing us to shine our light on our darkness, and that's even the darkness of society. If you can shine your light on the darkness, that is how we heal. That is how we free ourselves from the confines that have been put onto us that don't belong. You choose different. We all have free will, and use free will to the betterment of yourself and the next generation. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.